Right. I'm going to be doing a lesson with visualizing relating to literacy with a student named Elijah. All right. So Elijah, what we're going to do first is I'm going to ask you to think about a series of questions before I read a passage to you about dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
I know dinosaurs is one of your favorite subject matters to research, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the questions, there's 12 of them, and it's just some things to keep in mind to think about while I'm reading this, all right? And we're kind of, I'll brief you on each of them. What? What is happening in the passage that I'm going to read? Size. How big is it in reference to something else? There could be no relation to size whatsoever in this story, but we still need to think about it. Color. When you're thinking in your head about what I'm about to read to you on dinosaurs, is there a color that comes to mind? Number? Is there a quantity involved? Maybe I'm talking about more than one thing. Maybe I'm talking about more than one dinosaur.
Or maybe their age.
Or maybe their age. Okay. Shape. I know that there's a bunch of different kinds of dinosaurs. You know, the key is, what shape are we talking about? Where? Where does this take place? Maybe in your backyard? I'm betting not. Movement. Okay. How is, if we're talking about dinosaurs, are we going to be talking about them moving through the story or through the passage? Mood. Talk about nice dinosaurs or mean dinosaurs?
The nice ones were some of the vegetarians, except for those dinosaurs. Those dinosaurs was if you like go into its territory, it has like 3 big claws, and it will just don't get into its territory.
All right. Background. That can mean a couple different things. Perspective. Do you know what I mean by perspective? Your idea about the whole thing. Your views on it. 2 left. When this takes place. And different sounds that you might visualize or think in your mind is going on. All right? Okay, feel free to move around to this side too and get any more. So I'm going to read this to you. Our next lesson that we do, we're going to do something different with this. Questions about dinosaurs. I'll let you, if it helps to close your eyes and visualize it, that's fine. If it helps you to open them, that's fine too. Okay, did dinosaurs take care of their young? We know that dinosaurs laid eggs. Ducks lay eggs, and they raise their young ducklings. But turtles lay eggs, and when the eggs hatch, the young turtles are on their own. When we think about birds, snakes, alligators, and other creatures that lay eggs, we can see that some care for their young and others do not. Since the first dinosaur fossils were discovered, scientists have been curious about how they lived. The question about dinosaurs was answered when scientists found dinosaur footprints with the large prints on the outer circle and very small footprints on the inside. This discovery meant that the adult dinosaurs were protecting the young ones. If you have seen reports on elephants, you probably know that this is exactly what adult elephants do. They form a circle with each elephant in the herd facing outward so they can see lions or other animals approaching them. The tiny young elephants are safe inside the circle. Scientists continue to ask questions, look for cues and clues, and try to interpret what they find. Because dinosaurs were very different from each other in size, eating habits, and other ways, we don't know if all dinosaurs raised their young. Many questions have been answered about dinosaurs, but more questions remain. Okay. Now, if you go through these questions, you might pick out a couple to think about. You might touch on all of them. But start thinking about an image you see in your head. And after reading this, do you have an image?
I think of size, movement, um, when, where, and mood.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to do a task right now. And it's a quick task. All right? It's to make a quick drawing of some of those things you just said. That picture you see in your head right now of what happened in the story. Because, let's be honest, it wasn't just about dinosaurs now, was it? Okay. Can you do that right here for me? This is called a sketch to stretch.
Do you mean like draw dinosaur?
Yeah. Draw a dinosaur, draw what you think went on in this passage that I just read to you. The different things you heard. We're going to take about a minute to do this. It doesn't have to be your best artistic work. It'll take about a minute to do this, and I'll tell you what I would like you to do next. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I can totally see what you're doing here. You took an aspect of the story, and can you explain that to me?
You said it didn't have to be that strong, but when you say like they're trying to protect the young, you're right, because not all dinosaurs are nice. Like for example, the most realistic known one is T-Rex and Brachiosaurus and T-Rex. Some of them did live in the same time period, but Brachiosaurus was one of the tallest ones, but not the tallest. And they always protect their young from carnivorous dinosaurs like T-Rex, Velociraptors.
Okay, I love your picture, I do. What I want you to do next is write one sentence out describing your picture. Okay, Elijah, I'm going to let you finish up the sentence in a minute, but I want to say I'm proud of you. You did a nice job, and you really nailed the part of the story I wanted you to get. Okay? Spell it the best you can, and we can look at it. All right? Thank you, Elijah.